Hello, St. Andrew. What a great Easter Sunday celebration we had with so many of you. Thank you so much to those who watched the service on video, and thanks to all of you who showed up in person. The energy in our back parking lot was really awesome.
It was really tempting to have Easter Sunday inside the sanctuary, but we're glad we stayed outside because we had 100 people and we couldn't have fit that many in our sanctuary socially distanced. And the egg hunt for all the kids was definitely more fun outside.
We want to let you know that the church council met last night and we really celebrated the enthusiasm of our congregation. We're so thankful for the many ways that you have supported the staff and the council during this past year. Everything we have done has been done differently, and it has all taken a lot more time and energy than you can probably imagine. Every part of our jobs has changed, and it's been really hard, but it's also been really meaningful as we work together to figure out how to do the next best step.
And so now we're excited to begin another change, a change that means coming back into our beautiful sanctuary. We are really excited, and of course, we're also a bit stressed about it too, because it's not just going back to normal. As much as we would all love to do that, returning to in-person worship in our sanctuary is about all of us getting creative. Once again, to do an old thing in a new way.
Your church council and your pastors and staff would love to be back in the sanctuary the next couple weeks, but we really want to do things well and safely. So the decision was made to have our first Sunday worshiping in the sanctuary, sitting in every other pew with masks on, to have that happen on May 23rd, which is Pentecost, the birthday of the church. It feels like the perfect start day for several reasons. The symbolism of Pentecost, when the church first began, is of course an awesome symbolism, since we imagine it's really going to feel like a new birth in a lot of ways for St. Andrew. But of course, a lot more than good symbolism went into our decision-making process.
We know from our conversations we have had with you that there are members in St. Andrew who are ready to come back to in-person, in-sanctuary worship whenever we start. And there are also members that think we should have opened well before now. And there are members who think we should wait until the fall to see what happens with the new virus strains. And we know that there are members who have said that they're not coming back until a lot more time has passed.
We know that there are lots and lots of members who are fully vaccinated already. We know that the entire church staff will be fully vaccinated when we return to in-person worship. We know that there are some of you who have had your first shot and will be fully vaccinated by May 23rd. We know there are some of you who are choosing to not be vaccinated. And we know that there are lots of our children who aren't able to be vaccinated yet. It will be so important for all of us to remember to not judge each other's decisions and comfort levels. This past year is not like anything that any of us have ever done before. We've all coped in different ways, and every one of us could use some extra grace from each other. We are, after all, a church community, and we have made a covenant together to care for one another. And this is going to be one of the ways we'll do that. JR and I have both scheduled some vacation time during April and early May so that we can be back and present and ready to go with this exciting next step. We're making plans for how worship space will be shared once again with the Metropolitan Community Church of Louisville. Every other pew marked off, but also pews wiped down in between services and restrooms cleaned regularly. We're making plans for how we're going to handle communion and the children's time and the passing of the peace. We're making plans for what kinds of music we will have, and JR's keeping a constant eye on the latest guidelines for singing. His creativity and talent really shined brightly this past year as he offered music in so many different ways during our worship services. And now he's going to do it in yet another new way.
We're making plans for what we will offer to our youth, in addition to our very popular bike rides. We're making plans for how outside groups can use our church gym and gathering area. And we're also planning to have one more outdoor worship service before we meet inside. We will gather again outside on Sunday morning, April 25th. And perhaps one of the most time-consuming changes we are working on is how to have worship that is offered both online and in person.
We will not do everything perfectly, and we will not make decisions that every single person will agree with. We know that's not possible. But we will continue to be as faithful as we can as your pastors and staff and church council. So let's spend these next weeks remembering to reach out to one another yet again, respecting one another's comfort levels with crowds and small groups as we get used to being together again. And let's spend these weeks ahead in prayer, prayers of deep gratitude for the ways that we have continued to be the church together. And then also prayers for guidance in navigating more change, more new things. We will pray for all of you, and we hope that you will pray for us.